everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Ask Evan, the only Ask series on YouTube where you ask the questions and I answer with puns. Let's get started. How was yesterday's party? It was actually pretty great, thanks for asking. I went as Patrick Stump. I think I looked pretty accurate, especially when I added the $20 and the nosebleed, just as an extra reference. However, only one person actually got it without me telling them. One person. So, I still think it was a good outfit, okay, just throw a fedora on, I own the same exact shirt, we were fine. But speaking of the party, I'm holding a wine glass and we're dancing around and Lucy and Lydia are making fun of me for my dancing abilities. And I'm like, I don't get it, what's so bad about it? I was told to dance, you just move your body around, you enjoy yourself, you know what, that's what I can do. However, it's hard to do that when you're holding a freaking wine glass. I don't want to spill it on everyone, gesticulating my arms and throwing wine on friends. So, you know, you just kind of, you do the shimmy. However, I was told I'm a dad dancer. I don't get it. How can I not be a dad dancer? Why am I a dad dancer? I don't want to be I'm a dad dancer. How can you make my name Dora more spooky? Have you tried Doracula? Why haven't you changed your Twitter name to something more spooky? Haven't you seen Evan Edinger? I did just change it back though as it's November 1st. But I think Evan Edinger was fine. The other one I was going to go for was Evan Edinger Pun King. It didn't have enough characters. Are you still an evil horse? Nay. What are your top 5 most used emojis? Okay, some of these come as a complete surprise to me, but number 1 doesn't, which is the cheeky banter A-OK hand sign. Then there's the hands clapping, a glass of wine, the cool shades emoji, and the smirking emoji. Pretty accurate though, like that depicts my life basically. What's your favorite color? As a kid, my favorite color was pink up until age 8 when I changed it to the color the rainbow. As a kid, I didn't care about gender norms. However, nowadays my favorite color is orange and blue, like separately. I really like them equally, and when I was a kid I used to like get the orange and blue airheads and I would twist them together and eat them at once because that's how much I loved those two colors. I would eat airheads of the same color. How else do you show your appreciation? Do your audience demographics determine or influence the content you create? This is actually a really good question, which is why I decided to throw it into the mix. It doesn't. I kind of make whatever videos I want. I mean, if you look back in my previous videos, who would have asked for a video called Mixed Vegetables? Like, I'm not really in it for that game. Like, what person is going to be like, Mixed Vegetables, I'm all about that, I'm going to click that video? Not really many people. But my demographic isn't what you'd think. Like, I think most of you guys, statistically, are 18 to 24. And other than that, you're probably 13 to 17. But there's a lot of different people that watch my videos, because YouTube is a place for diversity. So whoever you are watching my videos, I just know that hopefully we share the same sense of humor, you like puns, and that's okay with me. So thanks for watching. All-time favorite song to sing in the shower. At the moment, it's Goner. I don't know why, but I feel like the acoustics in my shower really fit with it, especially when I get to the scream and I'm like, I'm always afraid. I have this weird phobia that, like, if someone else is in the house, they're recording me and making fun of me. Like, Dodie's just gonna, like, Snapchat it, going, like, lol, I've been in the shower, and I'll be like, you're a goner, gonna punch you. It wasn't even good. What's your favorite Fall Out Boy album? I feel like I've mentioned this before, but it's Foley Ado, because I just feel like every song on the album is really good, I like the feel of it, and it's quite different than the old stuff and the new stuff, and it's got its own place, like, right in the middle, and I really like it. Can you please teach everyone the clicky hand thing again? So the other day in a live show, I did my clicky hand thing. I'm kind of like a cartoon character in that whenever I tell a really good pun, I do the clicky hand thing. I don't know why, that's just who I am. But to do the clicky hand thing, if you want to join in the clicky hand thing, is that what we're going to call it? Clicky hand thing? I call it the snap, snap, clap. Essentially, with your left hand, you want to snap with your middle finger and your thumb, and then open it. And simultaneously with your right hand, I want you to do the same thing, snapping with your middle finger and your thumb. But while this one opens, you're going to clap. So it's snap, snap, clap. So it goes like this one done well. And you can do it really, 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 really fast. So if you're telling a pun and you're like, oh, snap, that wasn't even good, Evan. Give me a hand. Give me a... You do the snap, snap, clap. What celebrity do you think everyone should look up to? Probably Shaquille O'Neal. He's really tall. How the friggity frick frack did you get so far in 2 Dots? I have had that game since it first came out. There were literally 12 levels when I first played it, and I beat them all. So they came out with more, a little harder. So I beat those. And then they came out with more, a little harder, and I beat those. And it's gotten to the point where I've now beaten all 460 current levels of 2 Dots until the next expansion. I have a problem. And when I started playing, they didn't have all these cool power-ups that make the game easier, okay? It was just me and my brain connecting the dots. It's gotten so much harder. Every level gets so hard. I highly recommend you download it if you haven't yet. Try and beat my score. I have 268 medals. I haven't seen anyone that I know that has gotten more medals than me at the moment, but I feel like Dodie is trying really hard to the point where she's suffering from quite a lot of Tetris effects. Dodie, have you paid me rent this month? Dodie? Don't do that again. No. Are you releasing any new merch soon? I currently just have wristbands, tank tops, t-shirts, and posters, but I was thinking maybe a cactus jumper in the near future? Tell me what you think, because I might just try and get that design. If you could bring back one dead Harry Potter character, who would it be and why? Voldemort, duh, I just, No. In all honesty, it'd be Fred, and that's just because he's a twin, and I just can't imagine how sad George must be. Like, I've seen that Tumblr post that says, the only person that looks into the mirror of Erised and sees themselves is George. And that is so sad. Like, I want Fred back. How did you react to being in the Ed Sheeran movie? I literally freaked out. Like, I went to the red carpet premiere thinking it was just a premiere, and I was gonna enjoy the movie, and then it turns out I was in the actual film. Like, if you went to see the Ed Sheeran movie, I was in the film. Everywhere. If you saw it in England, if you saw it in Australia, if you saw it in Belgium, America, oh my god. Like, that is... I've made it. Like, my whole life goal has been to, be in the liner notes of a CD, or maybe be in the credits of a movie. I'm not in the credits of the movie, but I'm in the beginning for a good, 10 to 15 seconds of, literally just me getting papped. It is the coolest freaking thing. Hey, babe, how are you? I feel like you need to learn some fandom English, because that's not a question. Did you ever get revenge on the cactus? Within a half hour of me falling to the cactus, I did pass another smaller, punier cactus, and I was still full of rage about the incident, so I kicked it. I gave it a full-on kick, and it flew in the air, all cinematic and stuff. However, I was told that's illegal, so then I just took this Instagram, taught that cactus a thing or two. Can you make a pun about Troy's new album? So Troy's dating a guy whose name is Neighborhood, and he wanted to take his relationship to the next level. So he blew Neighborhood. It's not even that good. I should really Troy harder. If you were forced to eat only one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? Well, in terms of a food that I could eat for the rest of my life, that I could cook in lots of different ways, and is full of lots of nutrients, potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. What did you have for breakfast this morning? I still have cereal left over from my British versus American video, except the only American cereal that I have left is Trix, because I love all the other stuff, but Trix has kind of always been like, it's alright. And no British person I've had try it yet has been like, that's good. Most of them are like, what is this? And I ran out of milk, so I had to eat Trix with vanilla soy milk. So if you thought Trix was sweet, oh my god. Speaking of food though, a lot of people make fun of me because all I know how to make is spaghetti bolognese. However, I just recently learned how to make mashed potatoes. So I've been eating a lot of mashed potatoes because I know how to make them now. It's great. I don't know. So if you come to my house now, you can expect me to make you delicious potatoes or delicious bolognese. I have a very small menu, but I'm very good at it. When do you start to celebrate Christmas? I start to celebrate Christmas on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. The way God intended. You shouldn't celebrate Christmas when the turkey is still there. Give the turkey some respect. In England, it's just Halloween's over, everyone's just costumes off, Santa beards, it's Christmas time. And I'm calm it down. Excuse me, I still gotta get my turkey and my pumpkin pie. Let's cool it. Favorite meme? Dan, have you ever used tampons to stop a nosebleed? I've literally never had a nosebleed, spare the one that I pretended to have for my Patrick Stump costume. I just have a very strong nose. So no, I've never used a tampon. For that. What was that even insinuating? Which British stereotypes have you realized aren't true? None of them. They're actually all true. Every British person is exactly how you think it is, Americans. Oh, jolly good cup of tea! Is that the Queen I see? It's raining. Favorite YouTubers' books. At this point, I only have 2 YouTubers' books right now, which is Art is Dead by Tomska and Girl Online on Tour by Zoella. And I haven't read either of them yet, but I have them and they look cute on my bookshelf, so I plan to read them sometime soon. Favorite song/album at the moment? I'm still listening to Carly Rae Jepsen's album Emotion because it's just so good. It's good to listen to at work, and it's catchy, and it's my jam, and it's all that, and I love it. Do you like faux cuss? No, I don't like faux cuss. I like real cuss. Poop. Heine. Buttface McGee. That's right. I'm a real cusser. That is the stupidest. Are you going to any Christmas parties this year? Yes, my job is actually having a Christmas party in Vilnius, so I get to fly all the way out to Lithuania to celebrate Christmas there, and hopefully open some Christmas crackers, or whatever Lithuanians would have for Christmas crackers. Christmas potatoes filled with pork that you put on your head? I don't know. If you could be a superhero for the day, who would you be? I'd be a spy for the German government who was bitten by a radioactive spider. They would call me Spy, der Mann. What is your favorite TV show at the minute? Currently, I'm watching the new season of South Park, and I always love every episode of South Park, so I'd have to say that. Fall Out Boy or 21 Pilots? Ooh, what a catch. That's a difficult question. It's got me stressed out. Don't judge me, but as I was Patrick Stump for Halloween, I'm gonna have to go for Fall Out Boy, okay? Sorry. Just love me some Patty Stump. Patty Stumpable. What's your favorite sport? I like kickball. Don't tell me that's not a real sport. I love it. Thoughts on Winnie the Pooh? When I was a kid, my mom used to give us all Winnie the Pooh themed placemats, and I always got stuck with Piglet. All I wanted was Tigger. He was the fun one. T-I-G-G-er. Mom was like, no, you're getting this one because you're shy. And I was like, come on, I'm not shy. Piglet, me have the other one. That was Pooh. What's your favorite costume / character you've ever been? Well, considering that every day of my life when I was 20, I was a walking, waking image of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. It's not that. Okay, anything else? I'd say Patrick Stump. Maybe Phil Lester, though, because I think I did a pretty good job of that. Best Halloween pun? Why can't the vampire go to sleep? Because his wife is always coughing. Puppies or kittens? If I answered this question with puppies, I'd just be kidding myself. It's kittens. They're just adorable and cute and small, and I love cats. Okay, I'm a cat person. I also love puppies, but I'm just more so a cat person. Would you rather have breakfast food for the rest of your life or dinner food? To be honest, I don't want to know any person that would answer that question with dinner food. Who are you? I would break up with you fast. Who did you vote for on the TOP poll? Of course I voted for Tyler. I'm so upset he didn't win. He was a big fan of ranch dressing, and that's the type of guy I can get behind. Do you have a girlfriend? No, but I have successfully been dating someone for the past month, which has been lovely, because it's like the first time I've done anything like that in a long time, and it was thanks to Tinder. However, as luck would have it, or the opposite of luck, she's American. Doesn't even have that hot accent, and she's moving back to America in like 2 months because she's here abroad. Great, but she's quite lovely and I love hanging out with her, so yeah, just see where that goes. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to give the video a big thumbs up below if you liked it. Also, be sure to subscribe because I make new videos every Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. Stop focusing on the Togepi. The camera, for some reason, is totally fine with my face most days, but other times, as soon as it sees there's a Togepi, it just decides, you know what I want to do? I want to focus on a Pokemon, giving him a Togepiece of my mind. Friggin' egg. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of I Just Hit My Light.